Mr. President, your worships and honoured guests. For those of you who are not aware, Navy customs, especially in mess dinners, you might wonder why the loyal toast to the sovereign is held sitting down. Officers in the Royal Navy have maintained the tradition to be the only branch of the armed forces allowed to toast the sovereign and proffer their naval toast while seated. No one really knows how the tradition started, but it is believed that the King on board, possibly King Charles, on board the Nesby in 1660, bumped his head on a low beam. Thus, he made it the rule to allow for toasting while sitting. One has to remember that the height on the decks at sailing ships barely allowed for men to be fully standing, and the tables and the settees were fixed to the floor. Thus, rising to toast while maintaining a dignified posture was almost impossible. Poor King Charles wasn't very good at keeping his head anyway, was he?
No.
As the last in the long, or the latest, sorry, in the long line of commanding officers at Dartford Crayford Sea Unit, from its conception during the dark days of World War II in 1942, some 72 years ago, it gives me great pleasure and immense pride to take command of Training Ship Banqueting this year. Its very appearance is to suggest that it is a great battleship that saw active service in World War II. Indeed, as many of us know, there's been a long line of ships to bear the name Anson. One such was a highly successful ship built just 2 years before our training ship bearing its name was founding, and now its namesake appears to float majestically on the clear, peaceful waters of one of the most beautiful lakes in Kent, long after the real ship has done its job. The actual HMS Anson carried out no less than 9 convoys in the Baltic and was part of a campaign which saw the sinking of the German battleship Turkish. Though the actual ship was broken up in 1957, I'd like to think its namesake, our training ship, keeps the memory of those who served aboard her alive, along with the latest submarine to bear its name. Our training ship has quite literally trained thousands of cadets over the past 72 years. My hope is that it will continue this meritorious tradition in Dartford, and thanks to ongoing liaisons between Anson and both Dartford and Swanley councils, who are represented here tonight in the forms of their worships to mayors, it is my hope that we maintain a historic link and support from both towns for generations to come. As an aging shore-based establishment, it is my hope that with your help we ensure the future of Anson and the young people in all walks of life, boys and girls of all ethnic backgrounds and abilities belonging to our communities, who continue to take pride in upholding the best traditions of our parent service, the Royal Navy, and in turn providing good citizenship to our country. Since approximately 1989, and I don't care to remember how long that is, let's say over 20 years, I've served the Sea Cadets. As both man and boy, and have had the fortune to command units, national camps, international exchanges, and have been a staff officer ceremonial for the Sea Cadet headquarters. Most enjoyably, I have experienced life in the Royal Navy on board Her Majesty's ships and establishments, both offshore and onshore, and have been privileged to receive the respect afforded my rank, despite personally not having seen active service. However, I hope my own service history and career will be an inspiration to cadets and the staff alike, who will continue to wear the uniform and carry on the traditions of wearing the wavy lace, which I wear, as the Royal Naval Voluntary Reserve. My aim is to provide each and every member of my ship's company with the ultimate, similarly rich experience, or cadet experience, that I have enjoyed. I hope too that this will be the accolade of my ship's company in years to come, as you progress, not forgetting the contribution of our civilian volunteers, who also give their time to raise awareness and much needed funds to advance training of our young people and maintain our unit headquarters. Together we may well have taken on a challenge far and beyond our capabilities in restoring Dartford Sea Cadets to its former glory and setting her on a new course of adventures to continue its longevity. As in tradition, when I took over, I appointed my first lieutenant, who is our Met President tonight, and tasked him with one singular duty: run my ship. This, of course, came with the proviso that he doesn't break it, and he allowed me to play with it sometimes. Retrospectively, this sounds glib. As many of you will know, the unit presently is in danger of closure due to a lack of income and various health and safety issues, jeopardising our licence to train. So only time will tell. Rather than despair, I would like to take this opportunity to reassure you, having been in this position, in fact worse, before, with no uniformed staff and no committee as I have today, I have seen a unit under my command and direction turn around and be awarded firstly an efficiency pennant and then a burgee, and after only 3 years we formed a marine detachment. It can be done. The unit I refer to continues to thrive today, more than 6 years later and long after I moved on. This is not only through my determination, but also through that of adult volunteers and support of people like yourselves gathered here this evening. I only hope that as I continue forward with you all, I never get keel-hauled and I am not made to walk the plank. Although recently I came close when I endured 15 buckets of water poured over me by cadets in the Ice Bucket Challenge. I guess I came close. I know with certainty, standing before you, no commanding officer of another Sea Cadet unit has a better team of volunteers or ship's company, particularly the cadets, as I do, to help me continue to rise to the challenge, and I thank you all for allowing me to make Anson my own. The motto, by the way, of HMS Anson was and still is to its current ship of the line, nil desperandum, never despair, and never shall we T.S. Anson. I ask you therefore to join me in a toast, if I ever get full, to those people and adult volunteers and cadets of Training Ship Anson who continue to inspire me, and I'm sure all of you here tonight, and who, to me, are in fact the true spirit of the Anson. Mr. President, your worships, honoured guests, the Anson.
Anson.